Germany has warned Boris Johnson and the UK's negotiating team to stop the games over Brexit as time runs out to agree on a deal. Informal negotiations are set to take place between Michel Barnier and his counterpart, David Frost, tomorrow as the pair look to thrash out a deal. Ahead of the talks, Germany's Europe Minister, Michael Roth, has demanded the UK drop the demands made in the internal market bill. At a meeting of EU ministers in Brussels, Mr. Roth also warned time is now running out for the two sides to agree a deal. Mr. Johnson has stated the new legislation is needed to protect the integrity of trade between the four nations. Despite that claim, the German official insisted the bill is totally unacceptable now the Northern Ireland Protocol has been agreed. He added, "Please, dear friends in London, stop the games, time is running out, what we really need is a fair basis for further negotiations and we are ready for that." The so-called internal market bill extremely worries us because it violates the guiding principles of the withdrawal agreement. And that is totally unacceptable for us. The EU official also stated his disappointment over the lack of progression made during trade talks. In particular, Mr. Roth pointed to the current state of fisheries, the lack of a level playing field over state aid and the dispute mechanism. Ahead of a meeting between EU officials, Mr. Roth also indicated his intent to support Mr. Barnier and his mandate for negotiations. Following informal talks tomorrow, the two sides will meet for the next round of negotiations next week. The internal market bill caused an uproar earlier this month due to provisions concerning state aid. In particular, the new legislation will give the Secretary of State the power to disclose the level of state aid reported to the EU. However, within the withdrawal agreement, Northern Ireland was placed under the EU state aid provisions, thus causing Brussels to react strongly to Mr. Johnson's new legislation.